The role of microfinance institutions in alleviating poverty and enhancing financial inclusion cannot be overemphasized. Since the pioneering Grameen Bank in Bangladesh introduced microfinance to the world, the idea has been taken up by many financial institutions across the globe. In Kenya, the microfinance industry has provided countless people, especially those at the bottom of the pyramid, with access to financial products and services. Regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya, microfinance banks are mandated to mobilize deposits and give loans to their customers, including the unbanked population. A good example is Maisha Microfinance Bank, which was launched in 2016. Its mission is to positively transform enterprises and communities through provision of quality products and services that are responsive to their financial needs. To achieve that, Maisha has leveraged on technology to offer financial solutions to its ever-growing clientele. The bank's innovation, dubbed Mfanisi, is digitizing banking services, spelling the end of traditional brick-and-mortar delivery channel.
Mfanisi is a product that we launched in a partnership with Airtel, together with our technology partner. That's our product, and M stands for our logo. If you look at our logo, it has an M, so that's what M stands for. Fanisi is prosperity. Now, this product is actually a virtual bank that we've created, and it's available to all Airtel Money customers. In other words, for you to access it, you need to have an Airtel account, and then you need to be on Airtel Money. So we strongly, our strongest partner in this is, our key partner for issuing this product is Airtel, because we are targeting Airtel Money customers countrywide.
Basically, Mfanisi has 4 components, all working together to enhance financial inclusion. Customers using Mfanisi application benefit from attractive interest rates for deposits and competitive rates on loans.
Like I said, it's a virtual bank. It is got 4 components in it. Number 1, we have an ordinary savings account that is available on the mobile. Number 2, we have what we call a transactional account. In ordinary banking, you would be having a current account. So we've tried to replicate some of the features of a current account on the mobile. So we have a transactional account on the mobile where the customer can transact through. The third feature, which is also very unique to this product, is we have a fixed deposit account packaged on the mobile. Minimum amount is 500 shillings, and it goes all the way. We allow you to save all the way up to maximum of 1 million. The fund today can allow you to hold up to 140,000, meaning in a day you can actually save on Mfanisi 140,000 in the fixed deposit account, and it has attractive rates, 8.5% for 1 month, 8.75% for 2 months, 9% for 3 months. So it increments in 25, plus 25.25 until our maximum limit is 12 months, which attracts a rate of 11.25%. Now, if you compare that with the ordinary banking fixed deposits, I would ordinarily ask you, how much money do you want to save in a bank account and for how long? Then I'll give you a pricing. But we are saying here, put in 500 shillings. And if you put in 500 shillings for 1 month, it's the same as putting 140,000 for 1 month. The rate is 8.5% and it increments like that. So it's a unique proposition. And the other aspect that we have on Mfanisi, which is the fourth feature, is the loans. So we've packaged 3 types of loans. One is for 7 days at a rate of 3%. Second is a loan of 14 days at a rate of 5%. And then we have a maximum of 30 days loan that attracts a rate of 7.5. Both these rates which I've talked about attracts excise duty. So it's the rate plus excise duty.
Targeting all Kenyans from different walks of life, Mfanisi remains true to the spirit of microfinance, which revolves around expanded outreach.
This is actually available on the mobile, and we are able to reach all corners of the country with this product. Ordinarily, we would actually have to open like 300 branches like bigger institutions have to be able to serve that size of clientele. And we are a microfinance bank. One of our mandates is expanded outreach. So with one of the drivers for us was how do we reach masses cost effectively without having to establish so many branches all over the country. And we thought this is one of the ways to go.
He says embracing banking technology is more cost-effective and efficient way compared to the brick-and-mortar model.
Mfanisi launch was actually driven by several objectives. Number one, we looked at the cost of setting up brick and mortar. Or before I even just delve into them, let me break them down into 2. One is the organizational side. The other one is the customer side. On the organizational side, we thought it's cost efficient to actually drive our products through technology. Let me go to the customer side because I think the customer is what actually also, causes us to open a bank. Now, the customer needs efficiency. The customer needs convenience. Today, if a customer needed a service in the branch, he would have to come into the bank branch within the bank opening hours, which is 8:30 to, let's say, 4 o'clock. So if you come somewhere around 5 o'clock, you will find the bank is closed. But the convenience we are creating for the customer through this product is that you can actually access our banking services on 24/7 basis. And you don't have to physically come to the bank. You can operate through your mobile.
Since its launch 3 months ago, the application has been a success with over 75,000 customers signing up.
Well, it's been good, and as of today, we are talking of slightly above 73,000 customers in a period of 3.5 months of launch. Out of those, we have about close to 75% of those have taken up loan facilities. So the uptake has generally been good.
Here is what it takes to sign up on Mfanisi.
So you need to have an Airtel line, and then once you have an Airtel line, be on Airtel Money. And then on Airtel Money, you dial *222# hash. So it takes you through the Airtel Money menu. So there is a whole process, go to loans and products, and then you go and select Mfanisi. Once you have selected Mfanisi, the first time you're signing up, you'll be prompted to read the terms and conditions of the product, which are available on the Maisha Microfinance Bank website, and we displayed them also on the Airtel Kenya network. So those, once you have registered for the first time, what our system does is to open an account for you. And then the second step is to be accessible now to all the other products. You can borrow, you can save, you can do whatever you want to do on the network here.
Though designed for individuals, groups such as investment groups can also access Mfanisi.
Because this product works with the personal number of the customer and your PIN, so it's not designed for chairmans directly, but members of a group can actually access their funds through this forum, and then you can get your money through your Airtel Money account, and then be able to do your group transactions. But this is not designed for group. It takes 2 minutes to open an account, maximum 2 minutes, and that's on the upper limit to open an account. And in ordinary banking, it will take longer, certainly. If you are sitting before an account opening staff, you would spend minimum of 15 minutes to have that account opened, because you need to fill some papers, you need to provide your copy of ID, you have to dip your hands into the pocket to get your ID, then a copy has to be taken, have to take your photograph. There's a whole ceremony that you have to perform before the account is open. So I think we've created that convenience. So it takes a shorter time. Same for loan application. A loan would ordinarily take like 7 days. 2 days to 7 days, depending on the technicalities around the loan application from the customer.
Mfanisi enables customers to borrow small loans on the go. However, micro-lending to bottom-of-pyramid customers comes with its challenges. One of these is non-repayment of loans. To contain default, Mr. Gishana says, borrowers using the application are taken through a programmed process to verify their credit worthiness.
We look at various aspects. We look at your activity on the Airtel network in terms of how do you use your line, how do you use your Airtel Money, and in addition now the features of Mfanisi where we require you to operate a savings account. So there are various parameters that we look at, behavioral aspects, to arrive at a decision to lend you. And of course, we have an automated way of also checking. Once you apply for a loan, we have an automated way of checking your credit history with the CRB. At the time you are becoming a subscriber of Mfanisi, we require you to subscribe to the terms and conditions. So that through the terms and conditions, the customer allows us to check his CRB history.
Since the start of interest rate capping regime, commercial and microfinance banks have deployed measures aimed at reducing default. One of these is credit information sharing. In the same breath, the introduction of the International Financial Reporting Standards is set to redefine lending in Kenya, starting January 2018.
Now, once the customer is on board, then we become a good customer. In fact, we've, through this product, tried to replicate the features of a normal bank. You come on board, then you create a relationship over time. So we need to see your transaction pattern over time, and then through that, if for instance you want to qualify for a higher loan, then we can enhance your limit depending on, you took a first loan, are you repaying well, second loan, how was it repaid, did you, go into arrears 2-3 days and whatever. So we look at all that pattern, So it is a benefit to the customer, especially if you keep a good credit history, because then it allows you to carry on your business. Like I said, the maximum amount at the moment that we can advance is 150,000. Yeah, so definitely if I was an SME and I'm doing business downtown, this is good money just to beef up my working capital. Yeah.
The microfinance industry in Kenya has grown in leaps and bounds over the last few years. Currently, there are 13 deposit-taking microfinance banks licensed by the central bank and 35 credit-only microfinance institutions. Consequently, financial inclusion has been enhanced tremendously. With the convergence of products and services offered by both microfinance and commercial banks, the difference between the two keeps on getting thin.
I think the difference is just capitalization. Yeah, basically because in terms of serving the customer is the same customer. You just have a difference in terms of capitalization. Because the target market for microfinance banks is the bottom of pyramid. Yeah, that's why even CBK has relaxed the minimum capitalization for that segment, so that you're able to address the needs of a certain segment of customers. But then when you become a commercial bank, then you start doing bigger things. You do foreign exchange. The exposure in foreign exchange requires a lot of capital. When you're a commercial bank, then you bring in a number of commercial banks serve big corporates, multinational corporates. So if you were to bank such a corporate, they want loans in billions. So for you to advance that kind of loan, then you need higher capitalization. So it's a different segment. Yeah, so I think that's the difference between them. So it's really more around capitalization.
The banking sector in Kenya recorded slowed growth and profitability in 2017, mostly due to the uncertainty brought about by the unprecedented electioneering period.
Well, we have pockets of challenges here and there. When you're starting a new product, you will have a few issues here and there, but I would not say issues that have been beyond us. But I think I just mentioned, of course, one of the things we needed to do during the 3 months period that the product has been on production is, of course, now to get the experience from customers, what are the challenges that they are facing, and keep refining our product. So I would not say we started the product on a perfect note, because we needed to roll it out, get the feel of the customer. So where we are, we feel we've stabilized the system together with our partners, and we are, I would say, yeah. And then, of course, you have pockets, just a few customers here and there who are facing challenges of repaying their loans. So we encourage that I think before you take a loan, you also just ensure that you are ready to repay, because we need that discipline for this product to succeed. So those challenges are there, but I think we are working around them.
Despite the challenges, Maisha Microfinance Bank is raring to redefine the microfinance industry in Kenya and in the region.
We will continually innovate, we will continually listen to our customers, and we will be looking to roll out more products that are responsive to customers, such as Mfb. So this is one of such steps. Yeah.
Maisha, which is now slightly over 1 year old, has one brick and mortar branch located along Koinange Street, Nairobi. With Mfb, however, the microfinance bank sees itself focusing on digital banking rather than the brick and mortar delivery channel to expand its reach.
One branch, but again, it's sitting here at Chester House, CBD, on Koinange Street, Nairobi. but we are not quite aggressive in terms of course, we'll open a few branches into the future, but we are not quite aggressive on that front. Yeah. Well, the cost of setting up a branch is quite huge because to put up a head office, a branch, you need close to 20 million, and that's not small money. So why don't you use that 20 million and lend to customers on the mobile? That's how we reason out. I think it's how do I make use of the coin that I have available. Yeah.